Ooh, I've been wanting to do day in the life vlogs and keep telling myself it needs to start like the second I wake up and I need to film this clip of me like getting out of bed and yawning and shit and get up and set up the camera so that I can get a clip of me literally stepping out of bed for the second time. But you know what? I'm not gonna do that. Maybe someday. I'm driving to work and it's about 6:30 in the morning.
Oh my God, bro.
Gloomy today. It's a gloomy day. Raining, just pouring. And I have a very long commute right now in my season of life, in my stage of life, very long. It's about 130 miles round trip. It's a lot of windshield time, right? Yeah. So I decided to just start it right now. And this is going to be a day in the life of one of the most normal and average people who still believes that this type of content is worth consuming. I think that so many of us enjoy just seeing other people living their life because, well, I should say other people living their normal life that's not so polished and not so, I have it all figured out and I'm making $1 million a minute and getting PR out of my ass. I get no PR, making no $1 million in no minute. So yeah, if this is your first time seeing me, which it probably is, right? I don't have a big following. But I am 25 years old. My name is Aubriana. I am a mom, a single mom. My daughter is almost 6 months old. She is just the center of my world. I love her so much. She's everything and more. And all of the mundane stuff that I do every day that really just does not light my world on fire and does not put a fire under my ass, it's for her. And so because of that, there is a fire under my ass. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I mean, even on the days that I'm just like,
What? What am I doing? What the fuck am I doing?
I still just see her every single day. And that's why you keep going. You know, that's why you keep going and you quite literally never stop, because when you have a kid, life is about more than just you. And as much as having her has brought me some of the biggest challenges that I've really ever had to encounter, it's also given me the greatest amount of transformation already. It's only been 6 months, and I firmly believe that having her was exactly what was meant to happen for me so that I could finally achieve the level of self-respect and determination, I guess, and just quiet confidence, calm confidence that I always knew existed in me, that I always knew that I wanted, but I just wasn't there. I just wasn't doing it. I would say, like, looking back at the different seasons of my life, they were all kind of riddled with this theme that I was living very different realities, that depending on the day, depending on the time of day, depending on the people that I was around, I was one person, and then, you know, maybe the complete opposite in a different setting. And both like versions of myself existed so easily. Like when it was time to turn it on, it just came on. It wasn't an act, but they were so polar opposite that I believe my subconscious was just always confused. Like I never knew, you know, do I really have self-respect? Am I really confident? Because like in this area of my life, like I think the answer is yes. Like I'm doing all these things, you know, I am living it. I'm living it. I'm not just talking about it. But then in this other area of my life, it's getting thrown out the window, right? Like it's getting absolutely stomped on in the dumpster. I'm pouring gasoline on it and lighting it on fire, right? Like, so, yeah, finding out that I was pregnant was just straight up terrifying. I did not have a great pregnancy. I'm just going to leave it at that. And, it's come with a lot of challenges. My daughter, however, did not ask for any of that, doesn't deserve to feel any of that. And, at the end of the day, I have to be as present as possible and absorb as much as possible in this season that we're in right now as a mother, as a new mom. There's a lot about my circumstances that are just not what I thought they were going to be. I moved out of the state that I was born and raised in. I moved when my daughter was just a few days old. To say that that was planned would be a lie, right? And so I moved in with my parents, 25 years old. I was living alone for a few years before all of this. So to go from living alone in a different state from my parents, the level of freedom, having a good job and everything, to still having a good job, but living with my parents, like living in my parents' guest bedroom with my daughter as a single mom, sometimes is like a little bit of a punch in the face, but there's also so many aspects of it that are so good. So I believe that it's important, it's relatable, whatever you want to call it, to have a life like this, right? I mean, a lot of people unfortunately can relate to being a single parent. A lot of people can relate to their life going in a direction that they didn't think it was going to go. And still at the end of the day, just realizing, I mean, nobody is coming to save me. Nobody's coming to change these circumstances. Nobody is. Every single day, I'm the only one that can do anything about my headspace. I remember when I was really early postpartum and the hormones and the emotions and everything of the situation were just at an all-time high. And I just over and over again would tell my mom, like, thank you so much. Like, sometimes I just feel like such a burden. I feel like I'm expecting and asking so much of you guys. And, she had probably heard this speech from me like 9, 10, 27 times. And, she just looked at me straight in my face and was like, you were my daughter first, and I will never stop being your mother. So this is where we're at. And basically just so without saying, like, the sooner you can get over it and the sooner that you can just accept the help and start to get better and start to heal yourself and start to get more confident again, the better off we're all going to be. And so I was like, okay, message heard, right? Loud and clear. So now it's my job to take the support that I have, this opportunity that I have to heal, to be stronger, to be healthier, and take advantage of that every day. Sometimes that's easier said than done. Sometimes there's days that I just go home and tell them, I just want to eat a pizza tonight, like an entire pizza with an entire tub of Hidden Valley Ranch. And when I'm done with the pizza, I'm going to wash it down with the rest of the ranch. And if we have hot honey in the pantry, get it out. And then there's other days that in the middle of my workday, I'm like, I literally cannot continue to stare at this screen and check my Outlook. I'm going to go hit legs for an hour and a half. And there's like kind of no in between. Like some days it's like, heart on fire, mind on fire for the transformation, for like the leveling up, for the strength to like get to that point in my life. And some days it's
not that.
Right. But at the end of the day, there's always this infant that needs me. And that alone is enough to keep me going every day. So this is going to be my first vlog. All of that as my intro. Perfect, actually. Perfect. This is going to be my first vlog. I'm on my way to work. I'll check in a few times throughout the workday, and we're going to edit this and we're going to post this. I like this so far. I'm enjoying it. So I'm going to stop talking. Let's get into this day. Let's just vibe together. I hope you're having a great day. It's Friday. I don't know what day it is. Let me know what day it is that you're watching this and where you're at. Like, I know that I watch a lot of YouTube videos and vlogs like this while I'm working. Are you working right now? Are you supposed to be focusing on something at work and instead you're listening to my rant? Okay, now I'm actually going to stop talking. Thank you so much for watching. It is not even noon, and today's just absolutely crawling by. Crawling so slow, slow Friday, never ending day, never.
Hell no, man. What?
I think I'm gonna go to the gym here soon. Another workday done. Consider that done. Consider it the weekend officially. I even stayed like 20-30 extra minutes because like I am that employee. I am her. I thought my coworker was standing right there, but I'm her. Okay, so now let's go pick up baby girl and let this weekend commence. If there's one thing motherhood has taught me, it's that these days don't feel significant while I'm living them. They can feel like just another bottle, another load of laundry, another commute or bedtime. But one day, these will be the days that I miss the most. So thank you for being here for this one. I hope you enjoyed watching as much as I enjoyed making it. If you made it this far, you're a real one, and I'll see you next time. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, whatever it's called on here. If you give me a like, I'll love you forever. If you subscribe with me now, you can truly say that you've been there with us from the start. I didn't film any more of tonight. After my daughter woke up, I just wanted to spend the rest of the night with her. So this is where the day ends. But as my fellow mothers out there know, there's many more steps to the day that comes after this.